Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tophers Escape. So, I was sick last week and I recorded some episodes and was planning on voicing them over, but I decided against it. So I'm going to show you what I did real quick with this Spider XP farm, if you want to call it that. It's pretty much just a little mob trap, if anything. Guess I could have just went down the ladder. Yep. So, been doing a lot around here. Here in a little bit, we're going to go exploring, and I will show some footage of some of the projects I was working on. That way I don't have to voice it over, and we can make some more progress. So, this is the base. I think it's right through here. So you can see there is a spider spawner, and it's completely dark up there. And what it does is the spiders spawn, fall down there, take a little bit of damage. Wasn't able to get it quite as precise as I wanted, so there they spawned. And basically, they fall down here into a stream. Let's clear this out so we can go down there. So you can see, at the very least, it's a one-shot with a diamond. Sometimes. So what we have is two other sources in those two corners. It all pushes down here. So they fall, then they get pushed down here, and when you're standing up there, they try to track towards you, which also brings them down here. Then they'll start to swim up, and you can see some air gaps, similar to how Etho does his mob evader. And then there's source blocks right here. That sign creates the diagonal current, which pushes them over here to the corner. And I punch them, gather XP in their items. The reason why I'm up here is because you have to be within 16 blocks of the spawner, so that's my way of being close enough and still being able to do some drop damage in most cases. It's not perfect. Even when I was dropping them without the water, it wasn't real consistent, so I'll usually have a sword on me anyway, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But it does help you get XP. So, that took quite a while to do, actually. Mainly just digging. So we'll head back up now. And I will meet you guys on the other side of the pumpkin and melon farm. Alright, so we're back by the melon farm. Can't show you too much here, but you can see it's over there. So, real quick, I'll kind of intro the video that's going to be playing in the corner of the screen. Basically, I decided to make the area look nice. So to do that, I took some stone brick and kind of made pathways to the spider spawner that I found, over to the ravine entrance, which I lit up. Really not that exciting, just putting torches down and gathering the resources. But yeah, so made things nice, and the pathways, and a pathway around the storage unit on the surface. And I noticed there was a big giant square that we had left. So I thought I would put something big there, kind of like a trophy or a statue of some sort. Just kind of be something big and somewhat epic. Not quite as epic as I wanted it to be. It was quite a bit of work, but I'm happy with it. So up in the corner, you'll get to see that in progress. Probably somewhat fast forwarded, but nonetheless, you'll get to see it go up. And then at the end of the episode, we will look at the final product. So for now, we'll just pick on these mobs without looking back towards our base, which could be a little difficult. Pick on these creepers. So you notice the pre-release and the release candidate stuff is gone from my screen. So yes, I have upgraded for this episode to 1.0. Granted, there's not a lot of changes for me since I've been keeping up with the updates, but it's always nice to have the official release. Something that won't change a lot. Jeez, these guys are not happy. Okay, crisis averted. All without looking back, so that made me happy. Ooh, there's a gray sheep. Don't mind if I take your wool. Don't have shears, but that's okay. So we've been playing a lot of Legendary lately. I think I have something like 10 episodes that I'm just kind of sitting on, releasing in little bits at a time. But we have finished recording probably through Thanksgiving. So we're just kind of getting our stuff done so we didn't have to worry about it over the holiday. But it's been pretty exciting. Some very, very, very frustrating areas. But it probably wouldn't be fun if they weren't frustrating to some degree. I have a bad feeling that we've missed some wolves and that we haven't completely found everything there is to find, but we will only see in time. I would like to sometime soon start on a big project here. I'd like to put a each road in, but first I want to get things set up a little bit better. So that's kind of the plan for this series. Again, it's pretty loose in terms of a plan. But I wanted to come kind of look over the mountain and the swamp area because I really like building in mountains at the very top. But I've done that a lot, so not sure if I'll do that. I'd like to do something a little different. Gotta have variety in this game, otherwise you'll get bored. And the people who gave up on Minecraft because it's too boring just probably didn't have the imagination. Like, even when I get big bases set up, I'll try new stuff like building a minecart station or just random things like that, just for fun. Being a computer science person, the circuitry and redstone stuff really interests me, so that could be another reason why I kind of have a desire to do as much as I can in that respect. So I think we'll try to find out where these zombies are. If there's a dark room or what. But I've got a lot of progress done on lighting up all of the cave systems and stuff around. So probably one of the big projects coming up will be some kind of a darkroom trap. I really like Doc M's birdcage design just because it gets the Enderman. But I don't know if I want to go to that much work for it. I mean, I want the trap, but I don't want to go way overboard on it quite yet until I have a for sure area where I'm going to be located at. Because, as I've said before, this base is just kind of the startup base where we're just going to put some stuff in, make it look good, make it functional, and then branch out. So really I don't want to get too involved with it just because I don't want to up and leave and not be able to really use much of it. That's also part of why I think I would like to build an eats road or something of that nature, just so I can always get back quickly. I don't really want to do a minecart track because it's kind of boring, to be honest. Where I'd really like to set up a permanent base would be in a stronghold. That and the Nether Fortress. Both of those I think would be really good spots to do that, because there's already structures built. You can just make the rooms into what you want. You can tear down some of the walls and redo them. And you have basically a lot of freedom, which I'm a big fan of. But I think just the general structure of it is nice. And if we don't like something, we can fix it up. Plus, of course, my favorite block is in the strongholds, the stone brick, as well as the cracked brick and mossy brick. All of those I'm a huge fan of. They all go together quite well. You can make a wall and have it be stone brick on the bottom, and then go to cracked brick and have mossy brick below the stone brick, and it all goes together quite well and looks pretty consistent while giving the old worn down appearance at the same time. It's shiny and new and clean cut, looks good, you know, like symmetry and stuff. But sometimes it's nice to switch it up a little too. Okay, we can't look that way yet, so we'll go. Oh my, another forest. I've almost deforested a good chunk of the forest that was by our spawn base, but can't believe there's another forest that close and lava on the surface. That could be fun. Whoa. See what we have down here. So Minecon, of course, is here and gone. Watch some of the panels. I honestly wasn't too impressed by the amount of stuff they had, but that's also probably partially because I wasn't there and experiencing it. I'm sure it was a really cool experience, and from what I saw, people like Good and BWO and all those guys had just a ton of fun. Oh, cool new thing I saw. Don't know how new it is, but you can stand on the lily pads, and you can use shears to collect them. So if we have a base kind of like the one we're at now, and we want to build a way across, but don't want to use things that destroy the water source block, we can always use the lily pads. The only weird thing about those is you can stand on them, but you can't go through them. But obviously, I can go right under them, so their hitbox is really small. Just kind of seems a little odd. Along with that, I know, granted that's a ravine, but why is there a random source block? Wonder what would happen when we get close, if it'll start flowing down or what. Yep. If we destroy it, we'll write it down. Ravines are fun. Ravines by far are probably the most efficient way to get resources other than the abandoned mine shafts. I mean, there's iron and coal all over the ones I've been in so far. So, definitely happy whenever I see these close by. Won't get the iron up there for now. There's plenty of iron to go around. I would like to find enough resources to fill up that storage room as much as possible. That's going to be a lot of stuff, though. I know I can do it with the cobble and sand and gravel and stuff, and even probably by crafting things like glass and glass panes and all of that stuff. But it's the resources that I really want to build up on, because I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like the look of iron block buildings. They look kind of shiny. You can, I mean, not build the whole thing out of iron blocks, but use iron blocks and such as kind of accents. I think would look really good. But before I do that, we need to make sure we have plenty of iron. And along with the whole tools like buckets and shears that we need. Probably for the most part be using iron armor. Unfortunately, iron almost has kind of lost some of its use now that the abandoned mine shafts exist, because you really don't need to build minecart tracks for yourself anymore. Just hop in one of those abandoned mine shafts and you'll have enough minecart track to last you, unless you're doing just an absolutely ridiculously long rail. So I'm never thought I'd say it, but I'm kind of not sure what I would use a bunch of this iron for. Wow, that's an interesting layout. To make me feel safe. We have some light over here. Is that lava or an abandoned mine shaft? Lava. I saw another light source over there. Let's go check that out. Hey, buddy. You just chill out. Yep, more lava. So I apologize if it's really dark for you guys. Maybe I'll look at the video settings. It's already up there quite a bit, so I'm going to leave it there, but I won't stay in this darkness for long. As soon as I get my way back out, which it looks is right there. Put a torch in there. Not necessarily to light it up, but just kind of mark the areas unexplored. Heard somebody drop down. Oh, hello, creeper. Over here, buddy. Nope, over here. It's okay, I'll get you anyway. So, while I was doing that recording for the special projects, I encountered an interesting creeper situation. And maybe we'll just cut to that right now. Enjoy the absolute awesome fighting skills of the gopher. Take a look. So yeah, that is by far the best move I've had with a sword. Never did I think I would come that close to death, basically, and completely own them. Don't think I could do it again, though. So I just remembered I have some more torches. So I think we'll kind of do some exploration here, since I kind of been skipping out on a lot of that lately with you guys. And yes, I know Nicole will be here, but I would just assume grab it, because I'm one who likes to basically load up 10-15 furnaces, put a ton of stuff in them, and just let them go while I do other stuff. And to do that, you really need a buildup of coal. And probably part of my legendary play is contributing to that, because we have at times been extremely short on light sources. And not because we didn't have them, but because we didn't collect a good portion of it, or a big enough portion of it, while we had it readily available. So one thing that might be coming your guys' way pretty soon too is a Race for the Wolves style map that we might play. I'm not sure who all is going to get involved, but I have talked with a couple people about maybe doing that. Not sure how many would be recording, but I for sure would be recording. And we're looking at trying to get at least a 2v2 going. The only catch with that is we don't want to really do the first and second Race for the Wolves by Vex, because by now we've all seen it, and it would really just be not very adventurous. It'd be more who could fight each other the most, and it's less about a race, more about combat at that point. As you can, for those of you who are watching the Race for the Wool competitions or tournament, whatever they want to call it, seems like they're doing a tournament style, but it seems like they just instantly run for the bows and arrows, start shooting each other, split up, and everybody does their own thing. So we would kind of like to have a fresh look on the map, not really know where things are, and just kind of experience it for ourselves. Because now that we've seen the map several times by different teams, we know a bunch of the different strategies, and to me it would take the fun out of it. So again, no promises, but that is in the works as far as talking about it. This ravine just wraps right on around there. Wonder where all I know I left a bunch of iron back there. Looks like it stops right there. So we'll go back in and collect that stuff. Another thing I would like to do is get a group together and maybe look at doing a build server of some kind, where basically we'd all work as a team and try to build something really huge, maybe build a big village, just fun stuff like that. But we're going to need people for that, and it would help if we had a better server than mine, but it might work. Just depends on the number of people. Then I gotta find enough. Basically, it's more finding people who are interested and not only interested in playing, but interested in doing something of that proportion. Because I can imagine how much work it takes to do stuff like that legitimately. Because if we did it, we wouldn't be in creative mode, we'd be in survival mode, mining all the stuff we use. So it would take a pretty good effort, probably several hours, even with everybody branch mining at the same time. So if anybody's interested in joining in on something like that, feel free to leave me a comment or a PM, and we'll see if something like that would be possible. Again, no promises, just some of the stuff I would like to do. Not that I need more to do on top of this. I'm kind of not getting episodes out quite as fast as I would like. I record legendaries in advance, so I don't feel as much pressure to get Let's Play episodes done. But I know I need to get on a more regular schedule for that. And hopefully that'll improve. I have several out-of-work projects that I'm trying to get done. It's kind of hard to get motivated to start when you have a game like Minecraft. So that stuff should probably get done before I promise you guys too much. Alrighty, so we will head back to the village. Oh, this isn't gonna work. See if we can make it work. There we go. But I think we're gonna head back to the village now and take a look at the project I was working on that you guys have been watching me build. So I will see you back at the base. Alright, so there you can see it in the background. The big statue type thing. It's supposed to kind of be a mix between a candle and a lantern at the top. It was originally going to be a big sphere, but I made it a little bit too flat. So this is what we came up with. There's some places in there where the lava isn't flowing exactly like I want it, but I don't know if it's even worth it to get in there and try to fix it. It looks pretty cool. One of the big things for me is that you can see it quite a ways away from the base, especially at night. So if you come out of a cave or you're anywhere in the area, you can kind of orientate yourself towards the base, or if you have surrounding structures that you know of, you can kind of get a bearing of where you are. So this is what I did with the stone brick. Just right around that, the storage room. I was thinking about making the stone brick go all the way down to the glass. So if you have a opinion about that, let me know. I haven't been able to decide. The corners, I kind of did off at angles. I messed up the water stream there. It comes out a little too far, but yeah, just kind of a neat little area. I'm starting to fill in the area. I would like to put buildings all over this and make use of basically roads and a big lake. So here's the ravine that we lit up, or that I lit up. You didn't. You weren't even there. But take a quick look. It's quite large. Quite a bit of time. You can see I still don't have everything lit up perfectly. There's still resources to grab. overall, not much is gonna spawn in here, which more than anything was the goal of it. I haven't played a ton of single player before now, so I'm not sure if that sound goes away once I have stuff lit up or not, but I'm kind of surprised it continuously does that, as lit up as it is. I wonder if I can make it if I jump. I guess I have a water stream right here I can use. Like a champ. Not like a G6, like a champ. So yeah. Had a lot of work done around the area. Hopefully getting closer and closer to being able to build that mob system. But next time we will venture into the Nether and try to locate our Nether fortress and maybe even start a small base there. First we got to light it all up, clean it out, and of course steal some of these Nether brick, because that is another nifty looking block. So I think we're gonna call that an episode. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.